And welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Cassie,
I'm Susan.
and we are not just another blonde and brunette. This is our third episode. Yay!
Hooray!
Woohoo! Don't forget, you can catch new episodes every Monday. We are actually now on, oh my goodness, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. We're on so many. Thank you
YouTube.
to Yes, YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube as well. But like Anchor, the hosting website that we do, it distributes it automatically. So it's like we're on like 7 or 8 platforms, and it's like the coolest thing ever.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah,
So really, you have no excuse to not watch these because we're on so many.
yeah, you can find us anywhere. You could find us anywhere. Yeah, but I think it's cool. It's funny because it's our third episode, but I feel like we've been doing it so much longer.
It does feel like a long time. It
Because
feels like it's been more than a month, but it hasn't.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that we've been talking about it for a long time, but we weren't actually doing it because we were trying to get all the pre-production and stuff. But even like, it's a full-time job. Like every day I'm looking for what can we talk about? What can we do? What kind of topics are going on in the world today? And there's just so much pre-production and post-production. I feel like it's just every day. But I'm having fun with
Editing
it.
after, yeah.
Yeah. I'm having a lot of fun with it though.
Me too. This is really fun.
But yeah, and don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram at Not Just Another Blonde and Brunette. You can follow me at Pizza and Pigtails, and you can follow Susan
Yeah,
at
Wonderful World of Susan.
yeah, and yeah. So I thought a little fun we could have would be today in history, and yeah, and I love history. Like I'm such a history nerd when it comes to things and like learning stuff about history, I guess, is a good
Learning stuff about history.
I'm a history nerd. I love learning about history.
What is like your favorite era to learn about?
Ooh, that's tough because I love learning about the medieval times era, but I also love learning about like the 1950s and 60s where a lot of things kind of started shaping the world as it is today. But I love the medieval times and Vikings and kings and queens, and I think I had a past life. Like,
Maybe.
I probably died because I was probably like a queen who like smarted off too much, like Marie Antoinette.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, yeah, or like, what's that one? The Boleyn girl.
Anne Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn,
Yeah. Oh
yes.
yeah. Oh yeah. I could totally see. I could totally see that.
Off
Yeah.
with your head.
Yeah. She won't shut up. Just cut her head off.
It's so sad. It's so sad. I would not want to be a woman back then, honestly.
No, not at all. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I sometimes don't even like being a woman now.
Seriously. For real.
I love being a woman. I don't want to cause any friction there. Do you have a favorite era that you like learning about?
I'm actually like the worst history student. I really I was always like a D student in history. It sucks.
Mhm.
And I didn't really get into some history until after school.
Mhm.
And like I don't know much about medieval times era and stuff other than what Game of Thrones told me. I know it's fictional. There was not dragons, I don't think. But I really like learning about like the Holocaust and like World War II times. I know
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
more of a recent history,
Mhm.
but I still wasn't alive. I mean, that's also shocking that even happened. Um, I
Yeah.
really, but me, I'm more like I'm an anthropology nerd. I like learning about I like science and learning about how like humans have evolved and
Okay.
all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of history, but not fully.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh yeah, wait, before we get into today in history, we actually found out how to say how to pronounce
It's
the word.
niche.
It's niche. Yes. Um and
Oh my
thank you,
gosh.
Mom, because she's the one
Thank
who
you,
actually
Cassie's mom.
messaged. Yeah,
We're not
she's the
stupid
one.
anymore. Oh
Yes,
my
she
gosh.
yeah, she sent me a message and was like, it's pronounced niche, like
It's not niche, you
knee.
guys. It's
Yeah,
niche. It
It's
reminds me
not
of
niche.
quiche.
Yeah, quiche. Oh, I
I hope I
do
can
like a
remember
good
that.
quiche. Yeah, just remember quiche, food. That's how that's how I will just associate it with food.
There we go. I'm always down to talk about food.
Right. So one of the cool things that I thought for today in history, Disney's 50th Silly Symphony was released on this day in 1935.
Wow.
And have you ever seen it's the Golden Touch, and it's the one about King Midas?
Nope.
No, it was one of my
It's
favorites.
not ringing a bell.
It might be on Disney Plus.
Oh, really? Oh, you know what? I should check
Maybe.
that out.
I
Especially if
think
it's
they
50
have them.
years. I mean, that's crazy. 50 years.
Yeah, I think they have the one on I think they have the Silly Symphonies on there. I found a couple. It might not be, but when I was little I had just VHS tapes. VHS, because obviously DVDs weren't around yet. But
That was the times.
yeah, just just so many shorts, animated shorts, Disney shorts, Disney, and that was one of the ones in there, and it was really cool.
That's
So yeah,
cool.
that was really
Yeah.
cool.
Happy
Yeah.
50th to you guys.
Yeah. And in 1941, Jimmy Stewart, the amazing actor, I do love Jimmy Stewart, enlisted in the military.
Nice.
And then also on this day, 3 years later, he actually flew his 12th combat mission.
That's cool.
Which, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And it's funny because I believe he was actually already acting at that time. So he was actually already,
No
so I give
clue that he
him,
was in the military.
yeah. So I actually give him kudos. And a lot of people back then, like a lot of celebrities back then who actually enlisted in the military and did a lot of that type of stuff. And they weren't just celebrities, you know. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to downplay being a celebrity, but
Oh, sure. Yeah.
but yeah, they did a little bit more with their talents and skills, I guess would be. And
They did
then
more for our country.
yeah, they didn't just talk about doing things, they actually did
Yeah, you
it.
don't really hear actually celebrities joining the military anymore. Like, I can't
Yeah,
even think of one. I mean, I know there's some, but I can't even think of any. I mean,
yeah.
he's not even in our country. Like, one of the princes in England joined their military. I don't know if that's a forced thing, but
I
that's
think
that's the only celebrity I can think of.
yeah, Prince Harry. Well, I
Yeah,
think
oh, yeah,
Prince
him.
Harry and Prince William, because
Were they
I
both?
think in England, I could be wrong, please don't lynch me, but I believe that you have to join the royal if you're royalty, you have to join the royal guard. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But and Prince Harry now does live in the US.
Oh,
I know Adam
I didn't
Driver
know they
is a
moved.
Marine. I don't know
Oh,
why. I don't know why I just completely was like, "Oh yeah, he now lives in the US." Adam Driver. Like
oh, because he's Kylo Ren. I mean,
he
what's
is.
to like not think about? I didn't know that about him though.
Right? Yeah,
And then
he was in the
he
Marines.
and then he, started the First Order, so that's kind of
Mhm.
funny,
Where can I enlist for that? Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Dark side.
And then on this day, today's history, 1946, the first US rocket to leave Earth's atmosphere is
Launched.
set off. Yes, launched. Thank you. Is set off. Is
He flew away.
it did the thing.
That's really cool.
Which is cool. Yeah, 1946. I didn't realize it was that early. Like,
See, I know this is weird, but I don't know if you ever watched the movie Even Stevens, but there was a musical episode one time, and oh wait, it's the moon. Never mind. So our rocket was launched, and they didn't go to the moon till 1949. No, we went to the moon in 1969. 69, sorry, yeah.
69, yeah.
So, I mean, there was a song in it. That's the only reason I know, and I still got the fact wrong. So
Yeah.
disregard that whole thing. So
Now it's cool. You're learning.
just a few years later, they went to the moon though after launching a rocket.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
honey,
I
what's
just think
wrong?
that's cool.
What's gone? Daddy, go to see Daddy, baby. Go see Daddy.
It's gone.
She
The
just woke up
rocket's
from a nap.
gone. Aw.
Oh,
She woke up from a nap. She was having a dream. And now she's like, I don't know what I'm
Right?
looking. I can't find it. And then here's a really fun
Me?
one. Here's a really fun one. In 1975, Walt Disney World Shopping Village opens.
Ooh,
And if you're not familiar with what that is, it's actually what turned into the marketplace and then downtown Disney and is now Disney Springs.
that's really cool.
Which, yeah, I thought that was really cool. I knew it opened in the 70s, but I didn't realize it opened, like
I
today
wonder
in the
how I wonder
70s.
how big it was then. I wonder how many shops there were. What shops were there?
I don't think it was that big.
Maybe just a few stores here and there. Probably a
Yeah.
Disney store. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Well,
what they would have included.
yeah, right. Yeah, now I'm like
That's
doing
another
that.
thing cool.
Yeah, like I have to like stare off into space thinking, what could they have had? What would
Right?
they
I can't even imagine back then.
Right, yeah. I mean, obviously they had stores and restaurants, but
Right.
it was just over where like the marketplace area, I think now to where Raglan Road is now. I think that was basically the size of it.
My
So,
daughter is making her weekly
her
appearance and
weekly appearance, that's great. We're gonna have to cut her in on the royalties.
right. Oh, she's not happy right now. I don't know if she had a bad dream or something, but she's upset.
Oh yeah. Oh, are you kidding? There's times where I'll wake up after a nap and I feel worse than I did before I fell asleep.
All
And I'm like,
groggy.
yeah, and I'm like, this is not how this works. We are supposed to feel better and be energized and
Yeah. One day we'll have a whole episode without her.
oh, oh, she's cute though. She's cute.
Yeah.
But so
She's like literally on the floor next to me, like flopping around.
aw. Did she fall down?
Go ahead.
12. Oh wait, okay.
Oh my gosh.
So speaking of theme parks, have you been to Mardi Gras over at Universal yet?
I have actually. I've gone a couple times. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like, God.
I miss the concerts, I do have to say. My heart, like I think I've gone to not every Universal concert or Mardi Gras concert that they've done, but I was there almost every weekend, like back in the day.
I
Like
didn't
I
know they had
wanted,
concerts during this. That's cool.
yeah,
I had no idea.
they used to have really cool concerts. I think I saw Third Eye Blind there. Nate
Cool.
Ruth from Fun when he first went on and did his solo stuff. And then I've seen Bare Naked Ladies, 30 Seconds to Mars. There's the list. There's the list.
I didn't know all those bands went there. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I think every year Casey and the Sunshine Band is there. Every year. I've
Oh,
seen the
wow.
Village people there, the B-52s, like Huey
Oh, that'd
Lewis
be
and the
so cool.
News. Yeah, like a lot
Do
of
the
fun.
YMCA
Yeah.
in real life.
It's a lot of fun. I was really close at B-52s. I actually have a drumstick that they threw out after the show, and I was like one of the only few people still left there, and I was just like, "Mine, thank you."
That's cool. That's actually really cool.
Like, yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
I
I had
thought it
no
was
idea they did concerts. That's awesome. I mean, some places are doing concerts right now, like SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, and stuff. They're all doing them. So hopefully we start seeing more concerts again because I miss them.
me too. Me too. I'd love to go to see, Blue October if they ever come back.
You're such a Blue October fangirl.
I am. Blue October and Hanson. Well, they were supposed to come for Food and Wine, and I had my heart set on that because it's also I think it's also with Food and Wine it became a tradition. And
Yeah.
we were going to see Hanson for like 6 or 7 years, and then Blue October we had seen them I think 2 years in a row, 2 or 3. And so it was just one of those things where you're like, oh my god, we have to go do it. This is our thing. This is what we do.
That makes sense.
This is what we do.
I really liked seeing like NSYNC. Well, some of the guys from NSYNC. Not last year, but the year before. And then I did see Blue October that same year, which was really cool. So I would love to see them back again.
Right. They put on such a good show.
I want them back.
Yeah. But yeah, so going back to Universal, like
Right.
we totally just went over to like Disney
Disney. I
again. Sorry, Universal. We love you too. But did you try any of the food or anything when you were there?
I did. I tried a couple. I tried, and I'm going back for more. But I tried the flan from Puerto Rico, and that was really good. It's like,
Oh,
oh my gosh, that the sauce, the caramel sauce that's in
uh-huh.
it was so good. I just kept, I wanted to drink it at the end, but
Yeah,
I'll
we
let
had that
it
too.
go.
Hmm.
I tried the jerk chicken from the Bahamas, and that was really good. Had like a little spice kick to it, and it was so good. And the portions there are so much bigger than like, sorry, but they're bigger than Disney's portions of food,
Yeah,
which I really appreciate.
yeah.
Um, and I tried the beignets, and the
Hmm.
beignets were like, they're kind of disappointing. Like, I don't know why. I feel like it needs something. It's just powdered sugar though, and like every other beignet that I've ever had, which is probably not a traditional beignet, like they probably have the traditional one, but like I want like a chocolate dipping sauce or something on the side. It needs
Oh
something
yeah.
more than just powdered sugar.
Hmm.
But those are
No,
the
I
things
get
that I tried, and I still want to go back because I want to try the shrimp boil
it. Hmm.
and the paella. Like those
The
two are like
paella.
definitely on my list.
Yeah, the paella sounded really good. And then yeah, we actually ate at the Puerto Rico kiosk. And one thing, like you were saying, the portions are a lot bigger. The only downfall I will say about that is we had the empanadas, we did the flan, we did a the I think it said quesito, and it has the guava and the cream cheese inside of it. So good. So
Oh,
good, but
sounds
by
good.
the yeah, but by the time we had finished, like, eating, we were stuffed, and it was like, "Well, now I'm full, and now I
You're like
don't
one
really
stop.
want." Yeah. Yeah, so it's like next time it'll just be like, "Let's only get one thing from here, and then we'll go to
Right.
the other," and yeah, but it was really good. I wanna go back too, 'cause, um,
What was in the empanadas? Was it like beef?
beef, yeah, beef empanadas is really good, but the quesito, man, we had, like, 2 or 3 of those.
Really? How
Yeah,
big are
'cause
they?
I they're pretty decent size, maybe I
Do
don't
you
think
just get like
that's
one?
I don't think that's doing it justice, but and then they're covered in the sugar, like, cinnamon sugar, and
Ooh,
but I love guava and cream cheese, like,
me
I buy
too.
the guava paste, and I put it on crackers, and I put, like, a little bit of cream cheese on top. Oh my gosh,
That sounds so good. I love guava.
me too. Oh, man.
I'm gonna have to try that one next time. That sounds
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, and they extended it, so we have
Yeah,
time to get back.
yeah, they
Yay.
extended to April 11th, which I'm super happy about. Like I just
Yeah.
found that out a couple days ago. I don't know when they announced that because I didn't see any like emails or anything announcing it, but yes, I'm
Yeah,
happy.
right. Yeah, I didn't see anything announcing it either, and I actually didn't know until, like, we were talking about it, and you said, "Oh, they extended it," and I was like, "They did!"
I'm so happy. Yeah, there's
Yay.
so many. Gosh, it's so cool though. It's such a fun festival in the tribute store this year. Oh my gosh. I have never been to Mardi Gras at Universal, and this is my first
Mhm.
year. So I missed last year. I don't know why I missed it, but I wish I didn't because it seems like such a cool. Oh wait, last year COVID started, so
Yeah.
I don't think we even had it,
Yeah.
right? But gosh, it is such a cool festival, and that tribute store is amazing. I mean, it
Oh,
is
yes.
like it's hard to tell which one's better, that one or Halloween Horror Nights, and I love Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, that's still
Mhm.
gonna do it number one, but gosh, just so
Yeah.
cool.
I feel like the Halloween Horror Nights, the jack-o'-lantern wall, the pumpkin wall, like, that will always be my forever, like, little piece of the tribute store, but I think this one with the jazz, what is it? The Jazz Preservation Hall?
That makes
The masquerade masks on the one wall above the piano, but then when you come through and they have the shipwreck right there at the
ship
very last room, that was so cool, and
ship
I'm
is
like,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah, like, I took a picture of it, and I was like, "I need this.
yeah. So
How
like,
do I get this?"
yeah, if you guys get the chance to go, like, definitely go check out that tribute store because that is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love the floats are amazing too. Each float is like themed really cool. Like there's one that's like an alligator shape, and like there's like
Yeah.
boat shapes, and there's people walking around on stilts and throwing out Mardi Gras beads, and it is just so much fun. The kids love it. It is a
Yeah.
fantastic time.
Yeah, and as much as I hate to say, like, as much as I love the parades at Universal, I kind of like the way that everything was set up, kind of COVID world,
Mhm.
because during the Macy's, they had all the balloons and everything set up inside the one walkthrough, the one studio, and you could walk through, and I kinda liked that better than the parade, I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of do too. You can spend more time looking at stuff too.
Yeah, and it was a really cute little setup to have, like, Santa City like, you can meet Santa at the end, but I do kind of like it just kind of I think it's because with the floats set up, like you said, you can spend more time with it, and it's
Mhm.
not just, "Well, there they go." I'm really big on, like, designs of sets and stuff, and I just kinda like seeing the way that I could walk all the way around the float and see how it's done and decorated and the way this is set up and the way that's set up, and it's a lot of fun.
And then they had characters out too with some of them. Like there was like a
Yeah.
gingerbread house and had Gingy from Shrek out there, and they had
Yeah.
some characters from Madagascar. And you know what? Let's talk about the fact that they actually had a Santa. I mean, there was no Santas anywhere, but they made it work. And it was a cool
Mhm.
Santa too. I don't know if it was like a Norwegian Santa, but it was different, and I
Mhm.
really liked that. But they had him up on a stage, and like they had you sit down in a chair, and the team members won't take pictures for you, so you need to make sure you have someone else. But that is awesome. It's such a good way that's COVID friendly to
Yeah.
be able to do that. Like nobody else did that. And
Yeah.
I respect Universal so much lately. I think they're doing the best job at all the COVID stuff, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah, they're really good at coming up with ideas on how to adapt to the
Yes.
present time. It's funny because I keep sitting here watching it get darker around me and, like, my video it's like I'm just getting
Oh my gosh,
distracted.
it's getting darker,
Um,
huh?
yeah, because the sun is setting. But yeah, like Universal's doing really, really good at adapting too. And I hope that, and I'm not gonna lie, I hope that some of the things that we've had to incorporate during COVID, I kind of hope that they stick around.
Like lines. I don't want people up
Um,
my butt, and nobody's listening still now. It's crazy that you have to
yeah,
tell people like, "Hello, stand on your line." Like, why is that so hard to comprehend?
yeah, yeah.
But
I
I like
turned
that.
around and shot somebody the dirtiest look the other day because I gave him 3 warning looks, and then I just finally turned around and was like, for heavens, like, please. I mean, I don't like people standing that close to me when there's not a pandemic. Why are you standing that close to me when there is? And why is it so hard to stand on the line on the ground? Like, why do you
Yeah.
have to be so close to me?
So I went to Volcano Bay last week, and
Mhm.
um you don't wear masks there, obviously you're going down a water slide, you can't get waterboarded with a mask. So it's already
Oh,
that's already like sketchy, and it makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable right now.
oh
But like
yeah.
that's like the time where you really want to respect the line distances. And
Mhm.
this kid, like we were on stairs, and this kid literally sat on my foot. He was so close to me. I'm like, if you were social distancing, that would not have happened. Like, why do you have to be that close to me where you sit on my foot? Even if it wasn't this time of life, why are you that close to me where you're sitting on my
Yeah.
foot? Like when we're
Is
going up a stair.
Yeah, especially at a water park, like,
Yes,
where you're not even, like, fully clothed.
exactly.
That sounds weird. But yeah, like, you're all half naked wearing bathing suits and shorts and bikinis, and why are you touching me? Like
You know what was surprising? I know I'm kind of going off topic with Volcano Bay, but I totally forgot that I went. It was awesome. But I cannot believe, okay, there's kids around, and I can't believe how many women are wearing thong bikinis around. I don't know. I feel like it's inappropriate. I would not want to wear a thong bikini around a bunch of kids.
I'm
Personal
surprised.
preference, but I was
Yeah,
surprised.
no, I totally get it. No, I totally get it. I'm surprised they even let them wear it.
Oh, I know. I'm like, I was shocked by how some people were dressed. Like,
Yeah.
kudos to you for rocking that look, but like, there's kids around. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and so it's funny because another thing to touch on that, like you said, I'm all about kudos to you. If you want to wear it, you look great. By all means, go for it. That's your choice. My thing is, we were at Universal. We went to Universal, last week, and there were girls walking around with the really short shorts, and I mean like butt cheeks all out in the flapping in the wind. But my thing is, when you sit down on a chair or a bench or the wall, you have now sat down, and I know, being a bigger, bottomed girl, when I sit down, my shorts rise up.
Mhm.
So now you are sharing yourself with everybody or anything that sat there
Like,
before.
it's, like, almost skin to skin, and, like, some of
Yeah,
those shorts, I mean, true is your hoo-ha touching that?
that's what I mean. Yeah, like,
It's
and that's the only thing where I go, how do you, why? Like, I think it just,
yeah,
I
I
don't
think it's
know.
kinda gross, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like being judgy, but I just think there should
Yeah.
be limits.
Yeah.
There definitely
Limits.
should be limits. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and like I said, if you I mean, by all means, you look great, and it's your choice to wear them,
And
but you're just
not to
it's
mention
the
Florida.
sanitary side of
Yes, and
it.
Florida is already so hot, like, we're already all
Oh my
sweating, you got some booty sweat going on there too, I'm sure,
Mhm.
there's just so much sweat and, like, nastiness going
Yeah,
on everywhere, all over you, so
the person who
gosh,
sat there before
it's
you
just
sweated all over it, now you're sitting down and that's getting and.
yep, it's so gross, I don't know,
It
like,
yeah.
not to shame anybody, if you guys are listening and you do that, like, kudos to you, but, like, really
I
think
don't
about it.
I don't think we're really shaming anybody, but it's just we're looking out for your health and your
Exactly.
hygiene.
Like, can you imagine though if, like, you sat out there someone after someone who has, like, chlamydia or something, or, like, any kind of, like, STD, if they're, like, wearing and their, like, vagina sweat is, like, leaking through or something. I don't know how if that's possible to transmit anything like that, but, like, I
Yeah,
mean, if
maybe.
you can do it on a toilet seat, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
right. Yeah, and even
that's what I
toilet
think about. I think
yeah,
about
right. No, I get it, and even toilet seats are made to kind of control that. I was actually reading something about how people, um, what is it, when they talk about closing the toilet lid and, "Oh, we're wiping the toilet seat," and this and that and the other from germs, and more germs get on the toilet paper dispenser, the toilet handle, because toilet seats are actually designed to control the amount of
Hmm,
germs that
float up
are
that
there.
linger. Yeah,
Yeah, that linger,
oh,
that
that's
are
cool. I didn't know
there.
that.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know it until I
That's
was, like,
bizarre,
reading
yeah.
about it. Yeah, which is because yeah, it was, like, this whole thing about, like, women who I can't stand women who pee on the seat and then they don't wipe it off. And I'm like, "Do you see the irony here? Do you not see the irony here? Because you're squatting so you don't have to touch the toilet seat, but now you've now peed on the toilet seat, but you didn't wipe it off. Like, it's your own pee. Wipe
Right?
it off, you know?"
It's so gross, and it's some bathrooms that I walk into, I'm like, "Do you women, like, live like this too?" Like,
Oh my
it's so
god.
disgusting, and, like, sometimes there'll be, like, wads of toilet paper in there and stuff, and, like, they didn't flush anything or, like, their number
Yeah.
2s, they didn't flush it. I'm like, "Why can't you flush it? Put your foot up there and touch the handle, like, come on." I
Mhm.
usually flush with my foot if I can.
Women, delicate flowers until we go into the bathroom, then we turn into sea hags,
It's so
like
gross, like,
swamp hags.
women bathrooms are worse than men's bathrooms, I swear.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
gross, yeah.
and I don't get it, like, just and then so many women I don't understand throw their paper towels on the floor.
I
Like
know.
there's a trash can literally less
They
than a
don't care
foot.
either, they're just like, "Whatever."
Mhm.
I witness
I
it all
don't
the
have
time in the
time
parks.
for
It's so disgusting how rude people are, and it's
yeah.
like, at all the parks too, like Disney and Universal, there's always, like, a staff member, and they're cleaning up too, and people still just do
Mhm.
it right in front of them. I'm like, "They're not your
Yeah.
slave, like, come on.
Yeah, I
Have some respect."
always
Yeah.
exactly. I always make it a point, like, if I'm walking by, I'm always like, "Thank you,"
Yeah, me
like,
too.
"Thanks." Yeah, and it's like,
That's a
just a
hard job to
simple
have to clean up after people like that, it's
yeah.
disgusting.
How many thousands of people every day?
Mhm.
Yeah,
You're, like,
like
having to clean up bodily fluids, it's
mhm. Oh, yeah,
what you do
especially
with poop.
yeah. you gotta wear them gloves. Yeah, like people, I don't understand. I don't know. I was always taught to leave it better than you found it. And
Yep,
so I make
same.
sure that I make sure that I don't pee on the seat, and I make sure I clean up things. I also find myself sometimes wiping, like if I go into like a restaurant, I'll take a paper towel and wipe the counter if there's water, and I'm like, okay, stop. Like
Oh my
I
gosh,
go a
that's so
little.
funny.
I do have to tell myself you're going a little too far with this, a little too far, because I get it. You want to make sure that, but just you don't have to clean the entire bathroom for them. Like
Right.
help out, do your part, but
So true. I know. I try to wipe off the sink because usually the sink will be wet at places, and I
yeah,
always just try to wipe it off. I mean, you're using a paper towel.
yeah.
What I don't like is not having the option for a paper towel because those little blow dryers are actually they carry a lot of bacteria.
Yeah, and they blow it around. Mhm.
So I don't
Yeah.
like it when there's a bathroom that doesn't have paper towels.
Yeah. I usually just walk out with my hands wet.
Me too. I'll just wipe on my clothes, which are probably
Yeah.
filthy.
Okay. Weird.
But whatever. I'll just use
Your
some
bath.
hand sanitizer, At the parks,
Yeah,
every ride you get on, they friggin' sanitize you anyways.
yeah, and I carry it around with me now everywhere,
Mhm.
so you
As
gotta
everyone should.
yes, yes, yes. But well, this was a fun time. I
It
love
was.
I love our weekly chats and our
Me
weekly
too.
discussions. And if you would like to join in on one of our weekly chats or discussions, you can totally message us and we can have you on as a guest. I think that would be fun, pulling in somebody and yeah, any even if you're local or not local, we can totally get you in on the conversation.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Um, yeah, and you can, like I said at the beginning, check us out every Monday on just about every podcast platform and YouTube. And yeah, it's just
Alright.
that awkward
And if
dead air.
right.
Like,
And if you guys have been to Universal Mardi Gras, like, let us know what food options you've tried because we are gonna go back, and so I wanna know what, like, you guys have tried and, if I've missed anything because there's a lot of booths, so, I mean, I'm sure to have missed something, so, yeah, let us know in any of the comments on any of the platforms, what you guys have liked or what you wanna try.
yeah, definitely, because I definitely want to go back and try
We can go
like
try it for you guys.
everything. Yeah, you can just live vicariously through us.
Right? Well,
All
thanks
right.
for listening, everybody. We'll see you next Monday.
Yeah.